Hi, I'm Amelia and welcome to my channel So Amelia, where I talk all about making a handmade wardrobe for me and my children. Welcome to this week's video, which is where I'm going to share my plans for my sewing in the month of May. To this week's video. Thank you so much for joining me again on my channel. It's been so lovely reading your comments on my last video. I really appreciate all your comments and it's always great fun to reply to them and have a conversation with you in the comments. So thank you for that. Thank you too to all of the new subscribers. It's great to have you along as I share my sewing journey with you. So this week I'm going to share just a couple of plans I have for the month of May. I've been reflecting a little bit on my sewing journey because this month is Me Made May. Now this is a sewing challenge run by Zoey from Zoey blog, and I'll put her different Instagram and blog handles below. Now this challenge can be whatever you want it to be. For myself, I've decided to try and wear a different item of my Me Made clothing every day this month in May, and to try and wear these items of clothing in different ways. So I'm trying not to repeat any outfits. Now today in this video I'm wearing my Lyra dress by Tilly and the Buttons, made in a viscose challis that I picked up from Minerva, and I've paired it today with my Marlowe cardigan by True Bias. These are two really lovely patterns. I particularly love the Lyra dress. I have made a couple of these. One was for myself and one was actually a gift for my mother in a cotton poplin, and I really loved making this dress. I love wearing it. It's so floaty in the warmer weather. There is a chill to the air today though, which is why I have popped my Marlowe cardigan over the top of this one. But both are lovely patterns and I've enjoyed wearing them both today. So on with my plans for the month of May. The big pattern that I want to try this month is from my Make 9, and that's another sewing challenge, and I'll link the video where I talk about that up here. But it is the Closet Core Blanca flight suit. Now this is such a fun pattern. I love a boiler suit, but for me I wanted to try a boiler suit that was slightly more fitted. I looked at so many lovely patterns before settling on the Closet Core Blanca flight suit. Now this is a slightly more fitted, highly customizable pattern. It comes with short sleeves or long sleeves, and then if you add a popper you can taper the sleeves, and the same with the trousers. You can make them cropped or full length, and then you can taper the legs in, again with the use of a popper, or I think there's a tab that you can add on to that. You can have breast pockets that are just patch pockets, or you can close those with a zip. For myself, I'm going to make the short sleeved crop length boiler suit, so that looks like a wide leg boiler suit, and I'm just going to use the patch pockets on the breast area. It comes with a tie belt, or you can make a buckle belt. I think I will just use a tie belt, although I could obviously put this with any other waist belts that I have in my collection. And now Closet Core has two size ranges. There's 0 to 20 and 14 to 32, and this pattern does come in their extended size range, so that is great. Now the one thing with the Closet Core patterns that I'm slightly worried about is that my sizes do fall in between a lot of their size brackets. So my bust falls between an 8 and a 10, my waist between a 10 and a 12, and my hips between a 12 and a 14, which makes grading the pattern slightly tricky. However, looking at the finished measurements on the Blanca flight suit, I'm going to make a size 8 across the bust area, grading to a 10 at the waist, and then I think a 12 across the hip should give me enough movement, but I may grade to a 14 if I feel like I need a bit more space in that area. I will probably twirl this one first just to make sure of the fit, especially because I fall between so many different sizes. So I have got some calico ready for my twirl. The fabric that I'm going to use to make these in ultimately is some beautiful Robert Kaufman cotton twill that I bought from Sew Me Sunshine. And if you've watched some of my previous videos, this colour will not be a surprise. It's kind of a new discovery for me and a new favourite, and it is this raspberry colour here. The reason I chose this colour particularly for the boiler suit was that I thought it would work quite well in this spring weather that we've got now, as well as working in the autumn perhaps with a turtleneck underneath. So hopefully this will be a trans-seasonal make that I can wear for a lot of the year in this beautiful burgundy colour. Now I did make sure to buy a matching zip because this boiler suit is zipped up the front, and I'm just really looking forward to getting started on this. I love the pocket details on this pattern, and I've been seeing so many of these boiler suits on the high street in recent months, and I'm really excited to have a crack at making my own. But this will be a bit more of an involved make, I think, especially making sure that the fit of the boiler suit is right to allow me enough movement and flexibility whilst wearing it. and particularly because I fall across those different sizes, as I've said. Now, Me Made May has caused me to have a little bit of a think about what I purchase and what I sew to add to my Me Made wardrobe. I have got quite a few dresses and things, but I am lacking in a few more basic tops to go with some of my trousers and some of my skirts that I've made. As well as that, I have got quite a few fabric offcuts and remnants from larger purchases that I have made, and I would really like to get some of those used up. Now, the first piece of fabric that I have is this gorgeous Mind the Maker jacquard fabric in this dark green colour. Now, I bought this quite early on in my dressmaking journey, and I made a Deer and Doe on-day sweater, which I absolutely love wearing. Now, it's not a particularly thick fabric, but it's perfect. I wear it as a little jumper over the top of some of my dresses in the spring and in the autumn, and it's a perfect layering piece. Now, because it's not too thick, I think that it would make quite a cute little sort of vest top to go underneath some of my high-waisted trousers and skirts. A new pattern that I have bought recently is the True Bias Zoey tank and dress. Again, this is a pattern in which I am falling across multiple sizes, so in order to give it a little bit of a try before I invest in making the dress version, I thought I would make the crop top in this remnant. Now, the Zoey tank and dress has a lovely V at the front and a scooped back. It comes as a cropped tank, a tank top, or as a dress. Now, the dress, I really love the look of that. It's got a lovely flow to it because it's cut in two pieces across the front and the back to allow for more movement, and then the armholes and the necklines are finished with 5/8 of an inch bias binding that you make from the same fabric. So this just looks like a really lovely casual dress to wear in the summer. I can imagine this getting a lot of wear when I'm just at home with the children in the hotter days of the summer. So I'd really like to give ultimately the dress a go, but for this month I want to just try the pattern first, check the sizing. I'm just going to make the tank top, not the cropped version, just a regular tank top. Now, this pattern comes in sizes 0 to 18. That's a bust of 32 inches up to a bust of 44.5 inches. Now, I'm a bust size 8, waist size 8, and hips size 12, so that should be okay in terms of grading. It's drafted for someone who's 5'5", which is perfect for me, and a C cup, so that's why I think I'll make sure that I check the sizing of the bust carefully, as I am a B cup. But I'm hoping that that will work out well. It's quite a simple pattern, it should come together quite quickly, and it will be really nice to get this remnant out of my collection and into a garment. Now, the next garment I want to make this month is a dress for my daughter. I absolutely love sewing for my children, and I am planning to make some pyjamas for my boys as well, probably in June, so do keep tuned for those as they are in need of some summer pyjamas. But for this month, I'm going to make a dress for my daughter, and I'm going to make it from this beautiful fabric from Minerva. It's just a cotton poplin with these beautiful little blue flowers on a pink background, and I think that will make a really pretty summer dress. And the pattern that I want to use is the Peony Patterns Freesia dress. Again, if you follow me for a while, you know I do love peony patterns. I think they're really lovely, simple, classic dresses for little girls, and I also love the fact that the size range is extensive. So like many of the other patterns, the Freesia dress goes from a size 1-year-old to 14 years old, which I just think is fantastic. So this dress I can use and use and use again as she grows. So it's just a lovely, simple summer sundress with a double strap across the shoulder. It's got an optional tie belt across the waist. The back buttons down, and then it's got a double circle skirt for extra 12 factor, which should be really fun to sew, and she does love twirling and dancing, so I think she'll really enjoy wearing this one. Now, the pattern does say it's made for light to medium weight wovens, so I think it will work really well in this pink cotton poplin. I think that has enough weight that the skirt will have great 12 factor, and it will just sit really well in the bodice area as well, I think. I'm looking forward very much to making that one for my daughter this month. Now, again, as part of auditing my wardrobe during Me Made May, I have realised there is a desperate need in my wardrobe for some new undergarments. And I did have, again, on my Make 9, that I wanted to try some bra making this year. Initially, I had planned to try the Emerald Erin Black Beauty bra, but after trialling that, I'm not sure that that's going to really work for me, so I have decided instead to try to make the Cloth Edit Harriet bra. This is a lovely underwired balconette bra. It has scoop back straps, 3-piece cup seam design, and you can make it unlined You can make it from lace, or you can make it partially or fully lined, so lots of different options. Now I'm a complete newbie to this kind of sewing, but it is something I've wanted to give a go, as I do need some more of these in my wardrobe. It comes in sizes 28 to 42 inches in terms of the band size, and the cups are from size A to H. So that's a great wide size range. And what I decided to do early on this year was to buy some kits for bra making from the sewing chest. Now, because I'm a newbie to this, I didn't know exactly what I needed, and the sewing chest sells sewing kits for bra making, which is great because it takes some of that guesswork out of what you need to buy for bra making. So the kit I'm going to try this month has this lovely pinky lace fabric here and some white fabric as well. I don't know all of the names of these fabrics. I'll have to share it with you when I do my May Makes video, when I've learned a bit more about bra making. But that's the fabric that I'm going to use, that particular kit, for the Harriet bra this month. I'm going to try that out, and hopefully that will fit me well. So that's it for this month. Just 4 projects I'm working on so far. There may be another couple that sneak in, they often do, but those are my main plans, as I do think that boiler suit is going to take quite a bit of work and time in terms of fitting and making sure that that works really well for me. So thank you so much for watching this video today. If you did enjoy it, please do leave a like, and if you would like to, do consider subscribing and press the notification bell so that you will be made aware of when I publish future vlogs. I look forward to sharing my week in sewing with you next week. This is a video in which I share little daily snippets into what I'm getting up to in my daily life as well as in my sewing life, so I do hope you'll come back next week and that you'll enjoy watching that video. But for now, I hope you have a lovely week full of happy sewing, and I shall see you in the next one. Goodbye!